Good morning. This is Jeremy Berger from McDowell Elementary. I'm a fifth grade math and science teacher, and today we are going to be talking about multiplying by the powers of 10. So to start with, we need to look at a few different things. There are several places where students can get tripped up in this. One of those would be the exponents. So I'm going to write a few numbers, and we're going to just look for patterns in the relationships between these numbers. So I'm going to start with a typical problem that a student might see when beginning this process, and that problem would be 5 times 10 to the second. So the first place we're going to look at is this exponent, and what does this exponent really mean? If we were to write this problem out, a lot of students initially will take 10 times 2, which would be incorrect. The exponent represents the number of times the number is multiplied by itself. So if we were going to write this problem out to demonstrate that, we would have 5 times, and then this part would be 10 times 10. This demonstrates the number of times the number would be multiplied together. So most students will quickly pick up and realize that 10 times 10 is 100, and that 100 has 2 zeros. And then it's simply 5 times 100, which would equal 500. So if we take a look at another example, and I do 7 times 10 to the fourth power. To write this out, it would be 7 times, and then again, the exponent is the number of times that the number is multiplied by itself. So that would be 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. And that looks like a really big number, but it's really just looking at patterns of multiplication using tens. So 10 times 10 is 100, 10 100s is 1,000, and 10 1,000s is 10,000. And again, if you look at the exponent, this is the same as the number of zeros in the number again. So 7 times 10,000 is 70,000. Now, the next step on this would be if you have a number that, say, has a fractional component or a decimal. So if we look at something like 5.2 times 10 to the third. So again, breaking out the exponent, we would have 5 2/10 times, and then 3 tens. That's the number that the exponent gives you. 10 times 10 times 10. So 10 times 10 times 10 is going to be 1,000. And most students will recognize, well, 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. It's really about understanding place value. So we would have 3 zeros, so this would be 5,200, and the reason that this would be 5,200 is because your whole number is 5. You have 2 hundredths of another point, so it's really about place value. If you think about the decimal as being here, you are moving it so that it would have been in the thousands spot. So your total number is 5,200.